one of the first things I added to the house when I moved in here in Neenah was a piece of orange paper to serve as my phone list. We have had, I think, 3 refrigerators in the time that I've lived here, but this is the one piece of paper that's kind of endured as the phone list of the house ever since I've moved to Neenah, Wisconsin. There was a point in time where I was desperate for a piece of scratch paper, so yeah, I kind of took a big chunk out of this. And with cell phones, people really don't need to have a list of phone numbers. This is where the list goes on the refrigerator anymore. And I'm thinking about moving things around and making that new list that I'm making front and center on the refrigerator, so I see it every time I come in to get some cottage cheese. Got to make sure I got some cottage cheese. You want to know a lot about a person, just take a look in their refrigerator and it'll tell you everything. Yeah, so I had to start my list somewhere, and I'm starting my list off with my best friend. I live in the age now where people think that a phone book is an absolutely crazy and ridiculous idea. But I come from an era where, hey, if you knew someone's name and you knew what city they live in, you have the ability to call them. You have the ability to write them a letter with a postage stamp. And you also have the ability, if you have the courage, to just walk up to their door, knock on it, and say hello. And I think I'm going to do that today on a couple of houses in the neighborhood. One is just down the street, the community service vehicle, the code enforcement vehicle, that's what I want to say, has been snooping around, driving around McKinley Street and Betty, and community service officers have been knocking on doors and getting no response. My guess is if I walk up to the same door wearing a Kindness Has No Limits logo on the back of my shirt, I too will get no response. No soliciting is kind of this kind of an unwritten rule in society these days, but it ain't gonna hurt to try. I would have no problem mowing someone's grass in the 107-degree heat today if they really needed a hand. That's kind of the neighbor that I want to be known as. The other house that I'm going to venture to is on Elm Street, and my wife and I are fans of movies from yesteryear, so hopefully there is not a nightmare on Elm Street. I'm going to walk up to a complete stranger's house, knock on the door, and see if anybody answers, and ask a question about children. That might be a nightmare for some people who wants a big, intimidating, and I've been called intimidating by multiple people now, so that's something I need to wrestle with, because if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck and swims like a duck and flies like a duck, chances are it's a duck. And I've been getting the word intimidating often from people. So that's something I need to deal with, and maybe something I need to work on, because rough edges are really good at cutting through red tape and cutting through the crap cake. My father has taught me that. But sometimes, especially when you're dealing with kids, you got to have that strength that comes from gentleness. Most people don't realize that's my strong suit. It's always been my strong suit.